Hey everybody, Ross Givens here. I want to share with you a really special opportunity I'm seeing in the market that is setting up with big news expected in the next 48 hours. I think it'd make us a lot of money, and it is in the energy space. Now, the chart you're looking at right here is crude oil futures. Going back to the beginning of the year, as you know, crude oil was around $60, $50, $40. If you remember, this was $140, $150 a barrel once upon a time, and just has been getting absolutely crushed in here around the $20 mark. And look down here at the end of this chart. Look what happened last week. Oil prices for the first time in history actually went negative. That's right. The cost of a barrel of oil was negative $40. Well, the reason for that is that these are actually futures contracts. So it's a commodity. What you're buying is a commodity to be delivered. And it just so happened the day this contract was expiring, the U.S. ran out of storage. They had nowhere to put the crude oil, so as prices started getting clobbered during the day, by the end of the day, they were literally paying people to take the stuff. They just take the crude off their hands. Well, that's gone and done, but nonetheless, look where we are now. Even now, crude oil is trading around $12, $13 a barrel, which is just insane. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in the energy market, and the trick is just finding the right stock to exploit that with. Because if you just buy a commodity, you could just buy oil. It's like buying gold or Bitcoin or anything else. It's probably cheap now, but when is it going to go up and how much lower is it going to go first? You don't know. And I think the better way is to buy an actual company in the energy space that is producing oil and exploring for it and has actual profits to back them up, because those companies, believe it or not, have been hit even harder than energy. Now, this chart you're looking at here is the insider buy-sell ratio for the energy space. So the higher these green bars are, the more insiders are buying, meaning the CEO, the CFO, the board of directors, the folks who really know what's going on with that company. And look how high it got here in March, all the way to 11. I mean, this is almost triple what it was in 2008 at the greatest buying opportunity in a decade. So just literally off the chart numbers here. And they're still stacked in April. Even April's up here near the top highest numbers we've seen ever. So quickly you realize you're looking for a stock in this space. And here is the stock I am recommending. Now, this is a smaller oil company. Okay, I'm not going to recommend a BP or a Chevron or some boring blue chip, or maybe if you're lucky, you make 30, 40% when you have opportunities like this. Stocks that in January were $20 and then went down to $2. Look, if a stock goes from $2 to $4, you double your money. If you're buying a $70 stock, now it's got to go to $140. It's a much bigger move. Or if you buy a stock at $4 and it just goes back to half of what it was, it goes back to 10, half of where it was a few months ago, you're talking about almost tripling your money, or 150% gain very, very, very quickly. So this is why I love these smaller off-the-radar stocks. The big analysts aren't following them. They're off Wall Street's radar. They're too small for the big funds to put their dollars in, so they're ripe opportunities for regular investors like us. Now, here's what the stock has done. It got obviously oversold down here in March. We're down to a little under $2, but look at the volume over here on the right side of the chart. See how we got that big pocket on the volume profile, that big wedge that's come over the left side? That's an acceptance area. That's showing that buyers and sellers have stepped in. They are agreeing on price. Buyers are buying it heavily in there. And this is generally where a stock will build a base from and climb. We're already seeing it doing that. If you notice here on the chart, if you imagine a fictitious line here at the $4 mark, see, it's beginning to break out. We're about to touch that 200-day moving average. And in my opinion, I think this is going to quickly jump to around the $10 mark and hopefully even 20. But even just a move from here to $10, $6 move, you're talking about 150% gain. And like a lot of these stocks, I'm following what the insiders are doing to let me know which stocks are the best ones to buy. Because look, I'd love to look at the books of these companies and see what they're doing and know what the numbers are going to be, but I don't. But guess who knows what the earnings numbers are going to be for a stock? The CFO, right? He literally fills out the report. Look at the buying we're seeing. Look at the insider buy volume. This is just for this stock. We see this is, for several years, very little buying, and then it just skyrocketed here in the last several weeks. And that's because we've got insiders been buying the stock anywhere between $10 and $2. So if you think, oh, it was at $2, now it's at $4, I missed the window, not even close. They were loading the boat up here at $10. I would bet that this stock is going back there. So you've still got a huge opportunity. Now, the reason I bring this up to you today is because this company actually reports earnings this Wednesday. So it's Wednesday, April 29th. After the close. So the stock market closes at 3 o'clock Central Time, and they're reporting at 3:30 Central Time. So that means if you're in this stock by the close of Wednesday's session and the earnings numbers are better than expected, the stock will generally gap up Thursday morning and you'll wake up to profits. Now, there's a couple of reasons I think it's going to be good. One, this is an unprecedented opportunity in the oil space. Second, we've seen huge insider buying in the stock, which is always a great indication that's a fantastic time to buy. And the third thing is this company actually moved up its earnings announcement. It was scheduled to report earnings like a month from now, and they moved it up almost 4 weeks. And studies have shown that when companies are about to report better than expected numbers, they have a higher tendency to move the date up because they want that news out as soon as possible. They want to bolster their stock price. Whereas if they're going to report ugly news, they're going to try to hold off as long as possible. So I can't guarantee anything. I don't know any more than you do what's going to happen. But the picture that is being painted, and based on all the evidence I'm seeing, I'm looking for a really, really big move, and potentially a long-term move out of the stock to at least $10, hopefully $20 and beyond for this company. If you want to learn more, not just about this stock, meaning the ticker symbol, all of our research and the full trade alert we sent to members, but also the entire methodology we use to find these fantastic insider stocks, to find these companies that the CEOs and CFOs and people in the know are buying up heavily and have historically shown to vastly outperform the stock market. Click a link. I believe it's to the side or below this video. We'll take you to a training video I've done that goes through our entire methodology and shows you exactly how this works and allows you to put this information to use in your account and actually profit from the edge these insiders have. So go ahead and click that link now, and I'll see you on the inside.